What's going on, everybody? It's Noto Reactions here, coming to you with another video right here. In this video, we're going to be discussing Americans explain how America has become unaffordable. And this is a topic that a lot of people can relate to, and especially me. Especially me, I can definitely tell because inflation has gone bonkers right now, man. It is out of control. Definitely, man. So we're gonna listen to these clips, man, and see what they got to say and hear what they have to do, what they have to say when it comes to shedding light on this topic right here, because man, it's something else out here, man.
Guys, I just bought some groceries. Not a lot of things, even just like a couple things. At least $80. Got some food out to eat the other day for two people. At least $50. This is crazy. And the dude ringing me up at the grocery store said that some places they don't have the hand carts anymore where you can just carry it, easily because they want you to like fill up your cart.
Mm.
So like these subtle psychological hacks to just pay the extra couple dollars. They want us to just out of convenience or for the thrills and the bells and whistles. They just want to like, oh, whatever, it's just a couple dollars, and then it just adds up to where it's a unaffordable amount. Everything's unaffordable, and then we wonder why people are struggling with their mental health. Like if you were to get tested right now, like what's wrong with me? You very well could have major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder. Something could be like, and there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. No need to slap a label on a human experience, a completely valid experience to what we're all experiencing, which is very stagnant wages that has not kept up with like this crazy world. There's always some war going on. There's always some outrage on the internet. And just like people are just like lonely. They're just like doing the best they can to survive. There's no help for parents. There's no help for young people. It's just a bunch of like victim blaming. It's ridiculous. Disgusts me. Guys, I just bought some
That's the truth, man. Like, especially when it comes to this, especially the mental aspect of this, definitely takes a toll on you. It really does take a toll on when you feel like you just busting your behind to try to make ends meet, and they want more labor, they want more out of you, but they're not raising your rate of pay. And then you're just like, I'm like, dang, you just feel like so stagnant in life, but you feel like you have so much output, but you're just not getting anything in return for it. And doing that on a consistent basis because you have to stay in a certain area, that definitely takes its toll. So I definitely feel what he's talking about. The mental aspect of you be like, what's wrong with you? I definitely felt what he said when he was like, what's wrong with you? And you be like, you're the way that you're feeling is definitely valid. But it's like this is why how everybody's just living. You see what I mean? Like it's crazy, man.
Landlords, you're not checking our credit score anymore. You're checking our blood pressure. You want 3 times the monthly income to rent some of these places? Average rent in America just hit $3,000. So $9,000 a month. The average
Where
American
does
is
he
not
live?
making
That
that
is
kind of money.
crazy. That's
This
fact though.
shit's
That's fact though.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, that three times the rent thing, that is what that sent shock waves. Shock waves through here, man. Three times the rent just to move into these places, man. And it's crazy because some of the people in the office that work there probably can't even afford to stay in the exact place that they're working in the office of. Like that's insane. But I definitely know about the three times the rent thing. It's like, what? The people in there working, they don't even make three times the rent. But I guess the landlords felt like, okay, man, I'm just gonna get greedy. I'm tired of these people that can't pay me rent. So if you can't pay three times the rent, so I know that you can pay the rent. Because at first they used to work with you. Like if you was able to at least pay the rent and you was able to make at least 1 month's rent, they was going with it. But a lot of people probably started falling behind, started having a lot more excuses. So you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. If I can make sure that they can pay three times the rent, they got a lot more cushion to pay me my money. You know what I mean? But like you gotta understand the type of slap in the face that is to a bunch of Americans that just want a place. And just because you had a experience with a couple irresponsible people, you're making everybody pay by saying they gotta have three times the rent. It's just not really it's realistic, especially in this economy. When the wages are remaining stagnant, but the workload is going up. Like you see what I mean? Like the prices are going up, but the pay isn't going up. It's not. There is no like the level of the inflation is going up, but your pay is staying the same. Dang, ain't the same. But people getting like 10 to 28% raises when they work and stuff like that. That's not enough. That's nowhere near enough. So they're going up on rent, but not going up on income, and that's the place right there.
Living in America right now feels like a punishment. You wake up already behind, you go to work just to stay broke, and you watch the cost of everything rise while your paycheck doesn't move an inch. Groceries are a luxury, rent is robbery, healthcare is a joke, and somehow we're the ones blamed for not budgeting better. People are working 2, 3 jobs and still choosing between food or gas.
Mm,
Families are crammed into
that's the hurt.
apartments because buying a house became a fantasy. You can't afford to get sick. You can't afford to rest. You can't afford to exist. But they keep telling us the economy's strong. Strong for who?
Right.
Because it sure as hell isn't the people doing the work. We're out here treading water while billionaires build rockets, politicians trade stocks, and corporations raise prices just because they can. We were promised opportunity. We got survival. And what makes this worse is watching people blame themselves. Like somehow you failed because you can't afford a 1 bedroom anymore. Like you didn't do enough when the truth is the math just stopped adding up years ago. They told us to work harder, but never told us they'd change the finish line. This
Mm.
isn't a country full of lazy people. It's a country full of exhausted ones. Simple as that.
That is a fact, man. Oh my goodness. What he said, all right, I definitely, man, I can definitely concur because it's like, especially like the rich are definitely just getting richer, and it's saying that the common economy is boosting and it's getting stronger, and that we're making so much money, the business is booming and stuff like that. But like, who does that really benefit? It's not benefit the workers that are busting their behinds every day to make the whole operation run. You see what I mean? It's only benefiting the people at the top. Like if you look at the pyramid, the people at the top of the pyramid are the only ones necessarily benefit. And I say that the first two uh, levels of the pyramid. Everybody else below them is pretty much just getting the bad end of the stick when it comes to a lot of this stuff, and especially if you're at the bottom, and that's the majority of the workers that are there. So the people that be talking about, this is booming, and the oh man, everything is getting good, and all this and all that. Those be the people that's making a whole bunch of money. The ones that are at the top of that pyramid, the corporations, the CEOs, and those people, where the higher percentage of the money of the companies are going to. But the people, the average worker, it's pretty much just trying to scrape by to make ends meet, if that. But sure, they got families and they got places that they got to stay. They can't even necessarily get a house. Nobody can afford a house these days. Probably going to do a whole video. I'm gonna do a lot of videos on this type of topic right here. It's a lot of stuff that I've seen on this. We're gonna cover it. I'm gonna get into it here. We're gonna make those videos on in and of themselves. But man, it's insane, man. It's crazy in America right now. It's very unaffordable at this point, especially when in comparison to what you make entry level. Even people that's been working on jobs for years that happen to live paycheck to paycheck, because it's not even just when it comes to rent. The rent by itself, that's just one expense. When you got like car notes and to factor in if people got kids, you got groceries, and that's a whole nother thing right there. The food was going up, like all this stuff just to be able to eat. Like those are compounding um expenses right there. So you got to eat, you got to have gas, you got to have the rent. You really can't even live. You have to definitely like pretty much stay at that work environment to just sustain living. And that gets stressful when you feel like, okay, you have no way out, and you just feel like you're in a trap, an everyday trap that you just can't leave, because if you leave and try to drop everything, you're one check away from being homeless. You're one check away from not being able to eat anything or feed your kids or something like that. You got to start making swaps with essentials. That's the craziest part. Like, I see if you had to make a swap with, okay, going to like a trip, and or paying for something that's fun for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, whether I get this trip or do I get this new gadget or something, like those are the type of swaps we're supposed to be making. We're not supposed to be making swaps of, should I be able to save this money for food, or do I put this toward the light bill? You shouldn't be having to do that, man. You shouldn't be having to say, like, dang, I'm gonna have to stay in. I ain't got no gas. Do I pay for gas, or do I pay for food, or do I pay the water bill? Like, you shouldn't be having to make swaps with your essentials that you're supposed to have. That is absolutely insane. But it's getting even worse. And because the wages aren't going up, and there's a lot of promises being made in offices, there's a lot of promises being made, but none of it is coming to fruition. Like none of it. So, like I say, none of this stuff that's being promised is coming to pass. But That's all I'm going to say about that right now. I'm going to go too deep into this. There's no reactions here. Coming to you another video. Hope you guys enjoy, and until next time.